Hello everyone, Mikas here for your live electronic music tutorial. It's episode 154 and I keep on making music in real time. Today I will still make some music, I'm gonna make a beat, but I thought, like I said in previous videos, since I make episodes every day these days, that I'm gonna make something a little bit deeper. And I also want to address, I know that I address advanced producer, people that want to learn trick, that are already making music. Now I want to really address the basic people that just have no idea about electronic music. So I'm gonna do a basic electronic music drum tutorial. So I'm gonna explain every part of the drum so you guys get a good idea how to compose a beat from scratch using Drum Machine Designer in Logic, or you can use really any other sampler. So you're gonna know a little bit more about the drums. This is the base of any electronic music. You need the kick, you need the snare, you need the hats, you need some toms, you need some crashes, you need all those elements to sit behind the melodic element that you're doing. So drums are extremely important to electronic music, guys. So if you didn't know, this show is episode 154. So I did made 153 other episodes where I mainly compose electronic music in real time. That means I open Logic Pro, sometimes I drop MIDI, sometimes not, sometimes I prepare a little bit of something, and then I make music and I tell you guys in real time what am I doing. And of course you can get the result of this as a Logic Pro template on our website, WeMakeDanceMusic.com. That means that I already have 153 templates from this series that you can get on WeMakeDanceMusic.com, and we also have templates from about 500 producers. So we have 5,000 DAW templates. So if you guys never try DAW templates, recommend everybody to go. You can also register on email. We're gonna give you some free template after you register. So please guys, check it out and let's get started into some electronic music drums. I would say EDM, but it's a term that somehow became toxic. So because of what happened in America with EDM commercial stuff. So let's not talk about these things. So for me, it's electronic music. In England, dance music. In other part of the world, Australia, maybe more electronic music, electronic dance music. I like to say electronic music because electronic music encompasses everything that is made with computer. It is electronic, it is machine music. There's no acoustic instrument most of the time, at least. So I loaded this drum synth kit, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna do every part. I will explain to you what it is, and of course, if it is dance music, or electronic music, we start with kick drum. The kick drum is the foundation to every track. It is the thump. So if you don't know what is the thump that you hear, it is a kick drum. This is how you call it. There's also sub kick drum, but mainly it is a kick drum. So the kick drum will be there to push the track forward. So here the kick drum is here. Oh, I'm gonna go into my headphones, guys. Sorry, I am still in the speakers here. So this is a kick drum. I will teach you a bit more about it, but first I'm gonna do record here. And so basically another important thing to learn before anything is started and you start making electronic music, guys, is that this is a 4/4 beat. Supposedly invented by Jojo Moroder. I think this guy is credible. So basically a 4/4 beat is a beat where you have one kick drum beat on every beat. So boom, 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 boom. Other genre like trap, hip hop, some rock and roll, some future bass, and dubstep too is a notable one, where the beat will not be on the grid. You can see the beats here, they are aligned to the grid, so tuck, 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 tuck. If you would go in other, they wouldn't be 4/4, so it would be 2/4, they would be much more complex, and it's a different thing. But for most of dance music, which include trance, house, techno, like pretty much, I would say a good 70-80% of electronic music, it's a 4/4 beat. So this is a 4/4 beat. I'm going to drop the MIDI into the kick drum channel here. Another thing that is more advanced is you can tune the kick, but we're not going to go into that now, we're just talking. So here, guys, you have a kick drum. I'm going to run you down a little bit more about this kick drum. So I use a drum synthesizer. That means that every part can be modified. So in Logic Pro X it comes as standard. I know Machine does that. I think Ableton must do this. Cubase, I don't know. FL Studio, I'm not into those really much. So the first parameter of a kick is the pitch. So you can hear right away if I drop the pitch. So -12 will be a whole octave. You can also put it up. So this is the tone. So if you're making a track and you want to tune it, you can tune it easily here or also in the MIDI, the tone. So this is the amount of frequency that is a bit of an EQ, but it's a tonality. The sweep is the kick, what come after the hit. So you have this first primary hit, like the clack. So if you hit like a bass drum, you'll have the first hit, and then you'll have the resonance of the box of the bass drum. And the resonance of the bass drum is what comes after the sweep here. Personally, I like my sweep to be, see, this is almost straight up echo, and then the body. So now you have just the kick, the body, so you can hear it. If I had some decay, now you have a lot of body. If I remove the body, there's not so much decay. So the body is what comes after. I would show you guys a waveform, but you can check that out later. We also have the decay, like I said, is the length of the kick drum, what will come after. But you always have the first kick, then you have a slow waveform, you have a punchy and a slower waveform, or sometimes it's all once, depends. Saturation, if you guys know distortion, you can saturate it just a little bit for the sake of this. Oh, nice, I will give it some decay. So you want to make something a bit heavier, let's say techno or something like that. So guys, this is a kick drum. The first thing that you can do after a kick drum, personally I would do some more engineering, but now we're gonna stay into the basic of the drum. So after a kick drum, I would say a snare would be a perfect addition to it. I like to do 2 and 4, so beat 2 and beat 4. So this is beat 2 and beat 4. So that's very simple, but this is what it is. So guys, we have a beat. I mean, it's very simple, but this is what it is. This is a drum beat that, you know, this is the start to a track. So we'll go in the elements one by one as we go through them. After that, I would say, so the snare drum, again, you have some parameters. You can play with the tone, the body, and the decay. The decay is like, if you know a little bit of synthesis, which most of you won't, so let's not talk about this. The decay is like the length. So there's some dirt. You can hear it's gritty. The tone, of course. If you move the tone, it's almost a clap. The tone is gonna be that punch, and of course the pitch. The thing is, the pitch won't really apply because most of the sound of a snare is actually noise, and noise is not pitchable because it doesn't really contain much melodic element. So the waveform is just a noise waveform, which is a very deep dance waveform, which is not really affected by tone, by pitch, sorry. After the pitch, I would go and drop some clap. No, this is not the type of clap I would want. Okay, this is better. So I'm gonna take this here. I'm gonna do it more, let's say, big room EDM type of. There's a lot of the track that I heard that had the clap on every beat, or at least at some point of the track. For me, I like it. I mean, it's cool. Again, can go into the drum set. Mechanical clap, so we have choices in this drum machine designer. Snare, human clap. Oh, I like that better. A bit more decay. Some crush. So you can really play with that. This is the beauty of drum machine designers. You can really play. There we go, guys. We got a clap. Then the hi-hat, another very important part of electronic music. I'm gonna do a closed hi-hat. So there's two different hi-hats that you should know about. To start is closed hi-hat. That means if you play drums, if you have the pedal, I used to play drums, so I know. So you play the pedal, you push the pedal, the hi-hat would be closed, it would be a chick. So if you have the pedal open, this would be like a ching, like a cymbal, you know, thing. So chick, ching. So this just open and close hi-hats is basically, this hasn't been reinvented. So it's just the sound that has been recorded from a drum or synthesized that is similar to a drum. Notable thing to know, guys, if you don't know really much about electronic music and you want to know what is the source of most of the music you listen to, is like Roland, TR-707, TB-303, and 808 and 909. So those were the drum machine that literally made the electronic music revolution in the late 1980s. People started tweaking with these and playing live with these. So you have to check this out, guys. Roland actually make those again now. They're nice to know. They're really this very specific sound. The kits for this are actually in. I'm gonna just show it to you guys. So modern 707 is here, 727 is here, 808 is here, 909 is here. So I guess Logic kind of bought some samples or sampled those, because I guess you can sample these, and you can actually play with these also in Drum Machine Designer or Logic, and it's free. You don't have to buy anything, you just have to get Logic. So the hi-hat go on every half bar. Like this, it's like magic. So you have your half bar here. Personally, this hi-hat is I feel it's a bit weak, but this is a synth, a drum synth, so we're gonna be able to, I would add a bit of decay. Oh, you can actually smoothen the attack. So instead of hitting thick, some dirt. No dirt. Character. Character is more resonance than anything. I think they put some fancy names on there when they could have been Crush. Ooh, that I like. With less volume, of course. So guys, this is a closed hat. I made it a bit big for a closed hat, to be honest. Maybe I'll reduce the decay a little bit. Well, I like it because we made it a bit more vibrant. So then we have an open hat. And if you go super basic electronic music drum or house music or something, usually that would be the fourth one would be open. Let's have a look. Smooth. Sharp. No. Crash. No. No. The sharp is better. Actually, the smooth was better. Oh, this one. I do that. So I get exactly the same. Somehow my mouse gets stuck on the decay and continue to activate it. Let's see if we'll get it very slow. No? Just trying to smoothen it without any success. No? I just would like to have a curve that is a bit more like toward like up like a sine wave, but I cannot get it to work. So this is a good start to the beat. So now we're gonna go into another cymbal element, which is a ride. What is a crash too? So let's do the crash first, because I think the crash is quite important. So usually I'm gonna start building a little bit of a track with you guys. So for me, a crash would go every 4 bars. Crash cymbal, bell cymbal. I would go with the crash, but I will change it. Not quite. So if you put those every 4 bars, it will definitely help you make changes in the beat. Let's say you have and then So it's like something that marks the time that is passing. Then we're gonna go into a ride, which is, usually I would put it here, or I would go really fast, but let's just keep it this way, guys. Let's go to a bell. I would do a ride here. Whoa, there's a bit intense. So that goes here, maybe with the delay, maybe something, but we're focusing today much more on the drums, so we're not gonna worry too much about the rest. Let's have a look at the key, because maybe, I don't know, we are on key. I don't really like this cymbal so much. With some dissonance somehow, a bit more decay. So that's sitting at the top. Very, very basic beats, guys. I'm not doing anything fancy for this because I want it to be a beat, to be a cool beat. So something that's easy to understand for everyone. Okay, now we have a low tom. I'm gonna have to tune it a little bit right here, and then this I would usually put for me on the half before the last beat. This is like the basic kind of placement of what I do. I mean, some people might do it differently. I've heard this a lot, so this is, I think, very normal. So this is the low tom, and then I'm gonna do a mid. For the mid, I would do probably something. This is supposed to be a mid tom. Which is very much exactly the same as the other one. Weirdly, I'm gonna go into my this is better. I'm gonna have to go the fifth, maybe. FM. I like this. So I have the top tom just before the end of the beat, and then this one, two little hits in the middle. You can already hear. And then you have another tight synth, which I will do here. Again into the drum synth. Have a look at what we're doing with it. Membrane. There's a bit too much decay. guys. Important. Bring back the pitch. Okay, now. So this is, we're already getting a little bit advanced, but I think it's worth doing for you guys. If you're learning, or if you maybe use loops before samples, this is how you do drums. You don't need to use any samples, you can do this. Of course, as you go, you're gonna elaborate, you're gonna be much more complexity to be added, but basically most electronic music is done like this, unless your name is BT, which is Brian Transo, and you make some crazy edit. And by the way, this guy is a genius, you know, the way he makes his music and everything is like completely different than anything. So now we're progressing. I think this little membrane here, this last part, is a little bit loud. And I think this clap I like, so I'm gonna go a bit more advanced. I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna do a delay, I'm gonna do a stereo delay, and then you can hear the claps are now swirling around. So I just did a simple delay, basic setting, so they're not so static. So I'm gonna go after this right away into a shaker. The way personally I do my shakers, I do them very fast, as you're gonna see. I do this. So this is definitely a really big shaker. So we're gonna take care of the sound in a second. So here's the shakers here. I'm gonna put them a bit louder than I would usually put them in the mix, just to be able to mix them. But less decay. Now this one without. So this is really the groove, top groove kind of foundation, but foundation to the top, I mean, I think you guys understand. This really bring everything together, bring like all the drums to be more dancey. Very much used in many of the Latin kind of type of music. That sounds very good to me. So then we're gonna go into claves. Claves are just blocks, like wooden hits. Oh, I don't hear it very much. Let's bring it up. These are literally wood blocks. So what I'm gonna do for you guys is I'll include this template, and also I have another template that is a little bit older that I will include for free into this pack with another tutorial that I've done a long time ago, guys. And it's mixing drums, so it's a bit more advanced with side chaining. So you're gonna have the basic here, and for free when you get the template, if you decide to get the template, you're gonna get another tutorial and another drum kit which is made with audio. So this is MIDI. Audio is a little bit different, it's a bit harder to edit, but it's a good base to have. Then you have some cowbells, very simple, so I'm going to play for you. So this is a cowbell that is very kind of like static. And that's it for the drum, guys. So this is what you really need to know. What's my kick drum just disappeared. What you really need to know to be able to make drums for electronic music is there, guys. You can get this template on our site for dance music. Like I said, I'm gonna give a bonus to you guys because I want everybody to learn and to get better at producing music. And please don't buy some sample packs with some loops, because this is not gonna get you to the original music. Personally, in my career of 20 years, I bought 5, I believe. And yeah, it was inspiring when I wanted to make drum and bass, and I needed what did I use? I used some loops at first, you know, I understand the structure, and then I started to make my own beats. So, you know, if you already advance, don't take the shortcut, just do it completely. Do your thing, guys. I think this is the way to move forward, to become better. I make music every single day for the past 20 years. Maybe not every single day for the past 20 years, but every single day, certainly for the past 8 years that I run We Make Dance Music. And that's it, guys. This is going to be it for episode 154 of You Live Electronic Music Tutorials, guys. Like I said, I will prepare a package for you. Check in the link below. And of course, the most important thing, until next time, may the sound be with you guys.